evening, you people of the internet who love sports. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, we are in the net world. I am not a doofin, or I'm not a dolphin, as you may be reading on YouTube. I am too lazy to change everything. Today, we're going to be going over start, bench, cut. What that is, you choose 3 players. You choose which one you want to start, which one you want to bench, and which one you want to cut. Now, I plan to do this for all 32 teams. For every position. But this is over the fairly time of the franchise. Okay? Okay. So for example, this time it's going to be around quarterback. I went through a list of quarterbacks I went through. And their team's history. So that's what we're going to start with. And to start us off will be the newly crowned Super Bowl champions at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, we're going to start with who I've chosen. I have Jameis Winston, who was the first overall pick of the 2015 draft by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who was the Heisman Trophy winner out of Florida State University, and also a national champion. He also likes crab legs, I think. I don't know crab legs. But he is the only quarterback in NFL history to throw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in the same season. Now, that's not a record you want to have. But in terms of the Buccaneers, they are not great quarterbacks. They're lucky to have Tom Brady. Somehow they got Brady, I don't know why. Then we got Doug Williams, who is one of the most influential quarterbacks in NFL history. He was Bucs quarterback from, I believe, 1976 to 1980. And he's probably the most well-known quarterback in the team history. He's been well-traveled throughout the league. He was a Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Washington Redskins. He's also the MVP of the game. And he's held various positions within the Redskins organization, as well as being inducted into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Ring of Honor. Now, on to my next quarterback, which is Josh Freeman, who many of you may not know as a bust. And the last time he played was in 2018. He was drafted 17th overall in the 2009 draft by the Buccaneers. And at first, he looked great. He looked like he could become a franchise quarterback, just like Winston did. But Winston couldn't stop throwing those darn interceptions. Yeah, it didn't go well after his next few seasons. It didn't help that he had multiple coaches throughout the beginning of his career, with Raheem Morris, Greg Schiano, just to name 2 of them. And yeah, that's Freeman. He wasn't the most prolific. I think last team he played for was what I'm seeing here is the Indianapolis Colts, which was in 2016. That was the last time playing in the NFL. 2015, I'm sorry. That was the last time here. Now, I'm going to start with who I believe was to be cut. Yeah, cut. And that would be Josh Freeman. Though Josh did possess the ability, he was screwed over from the get-go with the multiple coaching changes and all that fun nature. Mike Glennon, his 2013 season, riding up him. Mike Glennon was a good quarterback for the year. He was a decent quarterback for the Bucs. He's become more of a journeyman over the league. The Bears way overpaid for him. Which also, in my opinion, hurt Freeman's value, because he was traded to the Vikings. I'm sorry. Regarding his final season with the Buccaneers. In terms of franchise, he is I think he was 3rd overall. Should have had this all up, but I did not. Now, I'm not going to edit this because I really don't feel like it. I'm too lazy to edit. Yeah, see, it's third overall in terms of yards with 13,534. With 80 touchdowns to 66 picks. So he had more touchdowns and interceptions, thankfully, so it helped his nature. So, but he just couldn't put it all together. Couldn't have the consistency, which is noticeable with any Buccaneers quarterback in that nature. But moving on, who I think should be cut. I mean, not cut. He's not been cut. Freeman. He's been cut, traded, whatever. He's out of the league. I'm on to the benching. So my bench is Doug Williams. Oh, yes, he may sound goofy. Why are you choosing Doug Williams? Most people would choose him to be the starter. Well, my thing is with Doug Williams, he was an athlete. He was a great player, one of the franchise cornerstones. And he was. I will never deny that. But I'm also, the way I'm looking at this is in terms of ability to play, ability to lead a team, ability to move a team down the field. I'm also looking at potential, because he didn't play his whole career here in Tampa. No, he was also a Redskin for a few seasons. But while he was in Tampa, he did lead him to the playoffs in the 79 season, I believe. Which is, when you know about the Buccaneers, they don't have any. They were the longest. They hold the longest losing streak in any pro team history in North America. Maybe the world. I don't think it's world, but definitely North America. Until recently, they had the lowest winning percentage in all of North American sports, which is now held by Memphis Grizzlies. Was it ever? It's the Grizzlies or the Timberwolves. It's one of the two. I think it was it's the Timberwolves. I don't know. It's one of the two. But hey, but yeah, no. But Williams was a great quarterback. He led him here, but again, he faced issues with his with the quality of the team, issues with the owners, the coaches. It wasn't him. He's an excellent person on and off the field. We'll never take that away from him. And this is all my personal opinion. I wasn't around when I certainly was not around when he started playing. I've known him as an executive, but he is an excellent player. We'll never take that away from him. Could he end up in the Hall of Fame one day? I don't think it will, but you never know. He could get in as a Veterans Committee, but after he hasn't been on the list at all yet. I don't think he'll get in. He'll be the Hall of Very Good, and he deserves all the credit to him. But on to my start with, I think I'm going to get destroyed on, Mr. Number 1 overall pick, Jameis Winston. Now, his tenure, again, wasn't the greatest, especially his final season, and the final play of his Buccaneer career was pick 6 against the Falcons, which cost us the game, which we had a chance to win. So, what happened? We drafted Winston 2015, first overall. We chose him over Marcus Mariota, who was also now a backup with the Raiders. Winston's now with the Saints. Backup, the potential heir to Drew Brees' throne. What if Drew Brees retires this year? Expect Winston to be the starter, but right now Winston's also a free agent. Last season he was with the Saints. Let's rephrase that. He was signed to a 1-year deal. Now if he's been re-signed, I do not know. I don't believe he has. I know before the Carson Wentz trade, the Colts were looking at him to replace Phillip Rivers. It would give him offense because they got a great offensive line in Indianapolis, are one of the best in the league. The Bucs, they had talent. They had a bad defense for most of his tenure in the Tampa Bay. Certain picks weren't working out. His offensive line couldn't give him enough time. His offensive line gave him time, but there was some inconsistent with the time. For example, Alex Kappa, Donovan Smith, they're both young guys. Smith, same year, 2015, starting left tackle for the Buccaneers. He's shown inconsistency and would get penalties and everything during his time. But when Brady came in, he's helped them. So leadership value is there. Which Winston, he had it, but he didn't have it. If you understand what I mean. He made sense, but he didn't make sense. Like, I don't know. He knew how to fire up a team. That I will give him credit for. But his indecisive with throwing, especially when under pressure, just lobbing it up with his gunslinger mentality. Don't get me wrong, one of the best quarterbacks in league history is a gunslinger. May or may not be known as Brett Favre. Later on, we'll get to him. But to me, Winston's probably the best quarterback in team history in terms of numbers and his potential. I think if he was definitely screwed over his beginning of his career because he had in his first 3 seasons. I think he had 3 different offensive coordinators. First year, he had interim because the coordinator left at the beginning of his rookie season. That was in the Lovie Smith era. Then we get on to Dirk Cutter era, and then Bruce Arians era. Now, he flourished under the Bruce Arians era in terms of yards and touchdowns. But the thing with Arians' offense, he's very prone to interceptions. This is why you saw Brady's rise up. Now, it's the same case with Roethlisberger when he was there. And I believe it's the same, Carson Palmer, it rose up when they got there in his first season. Now, if Brady wasn't a free agent and we still with the Patriots, I think the Bucs would have re-signed Winston, and none of this would have happened this past season with the Bucs winning the Super Bowl. But we'll move on to that later in a different video. But in terms of my start bench cut, Winston's the starter, Doug Williams the bench, and Freeman's my cut. It's my personal opinion. I have no credit of playing in the NFL, unlike these 3 guys. They've made it to the pinnacle. I never did. But hey, that's my opinion on it. I'm going to stick with it. But I'm going to end this here. End my credits. If you guys like what you saw, please leave a like, subscribe, comment what your opinions were. I would love to see who you guys thought. Oh, you can't forget who the Bucs drafted. Steve Young. He was a bust in Tampa. Vinny Testaverde. Average quarterback was a bust in Tampa. Was the only other quarterback to throw interceptions in a season. So the Bucs hold that record for both players. And Trent Dilfer, who was a Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Baltimore Ravens. So those are the other 3 quarterbacks I factored in. And Jeff Garcia, but he was here for a few seasons, which I liked him a lot personally. But okay, done rattling. I'm at 13 minutes on this video. Let's get this over with. End credits. Boom, boom, boom. Catch me on Twitch at I'm Not a Doofin. Link will be in the description. Follow me on Twitter at I'm Not a Doofin. Again, get on my link description. Streaming wise, I'm very inconsistent. I am a student, so yeah. I'm very into sports, so I'll catch you guys next time. Hope you all have a great one. Peace.